For most athletes, the game is about competition. The goals, stats, wins, building meaningful relationships. But for Trevor Kellogg, hockey means something more. A promise. A way to honor the legacy of a man who has impacted the hockey community in more ways than ever.
Coach Eddie was always just really nice and funny, very lighthearted person, and then until you got to high school, you really got to see how much he loved hockey, how much he loved winning.
Meet Edward Lemaire, known to many as Coach Eddie. He was the heart and soul of Connecticut hockey for over 50 years and highly respected throughout the hockey community. Addicted to the game from a young age, hockey wasn't just something he loved. It was his entire life. He never married or had children, but he had mentored thousands of young players, treating each one like family and shaping generations of athletes with his passion, discipline, and dedication.
One thing Coach Eddie did that always instilled in me is really just being there for people. I know he looked at himself as a mentor to me because there were times we would come back from a game. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. I remember this so specifically, and my dad had fallen asleep, or it was my mom, and they fell asleep and they forgot to come get me at the rink, and I was 15, 16 at the time. I didn't have my license yet. I couldn't drive that late. And he stood up. He worked 2 jobs. He was working, I think, at 6 a.m. the next day, and he stood there and we just sat outside, and he just talked to me for about an hour until finally my mom woke me up, and that memory right there just kind of defines him as a person.
Lemaire began his coaching journey with the Connecticut Riverhawks, where he first crossed paths with a young Trevor Kellogg, a connection that would grow into something truly special, a bond that deepened over the years. Coach went on to not only teach Trevor, but also his younger brother Brady, guiding both boys through critical stages of their development. His dedication didn't stop, as Coach Eddie followed Trevor to St. Joseph's High School, continuing to lead and mentor him through his high school career. More than just teaching the fundamentals of the game, Coach Eddie installed belief, discipline, and purpose into his players, the kind that shapes athletes into confident and motivated individuals long after the final whistle blows.
It was hard, and he would come in between periods and he would throw stuff and he'd yell at us, but at the end of the day, I always knew that he loved me and my friends and my teammates more than anything, and he always told me he'd want to be a mentor and instill values in us rather than make us go to the NHL, and those values I carry with me.
On July 11, 2020, Coach Eddie passed away unexpectedly at the age of 53 from a heart attack. His sudden loss sent shockwaves through the Connecticut hockey community, where he had been a beloved mentor, coach, and figurehead for decades. At the time, Kellogg was just 15 years old, mourning not only a coach, but a true role model.
I remember sitting there and I'm playing a game with my 2 friends who are also on the hockey team. They were juniors. They were sophomores. I was a junior. And my mom came down and she was just crying. And then my dad followed and he was crying. And my dad does not cry. He's a big guy, 6'2". I don't know how, 260. And I've seen that man cry. I could probably count on 3 fingers. And that was one of the times. And he's like, I don't even know how to tell you this. And I was kind of getting freaked out. And then when I heard he passed away, I don't know, me and my friends, I had my microphone on and they heard it from there, and I don't know, we were all just so distraught and sad because I almost felt like I lost my way in hockey a kind of bit. Because he always told me I was a good young, I don't know, I won't say a prospect, but I was better my freshman year of high school, and I almost felt like I had lost every sense of or hope I had in hockey because he was kind of the mentor that was going to get me to play that next level. So hearing that news, I just at first didn't even think it was real.
The loss sent shockwaves through the hockey community, but for Kellogg, it was deeply personal, a devastating blow that left him emotionally and mentally shaken. Struggling to cope, he found it hard to reignite his passion for the game he loved. And in his final year of high school hockey, it became a time of reflection, grief, and searching for meaning without the mentor who had always been in his corner.
Just mostly having someone there that really would go the extra length to care about you, and in today's day and world, as you grow up, people come and go, but that's a person that I wish I could call. I mean, after he passed away, when I made the Virginia Tech hockey team, I actually texted his old phone number, and I still do sometimes. If I'm really struggling in hockey and I feel like I just need an outlet to talk to, I'll still text his old phone number, and I know there'll be no reply, and I know it will pop up green, but I don't know, it's kind of like my way of connecting to him.
Although nearly 5 years have passed since Coach Eddie's death, his presence still lives on through those he inspired, especially Kellogg. Now playing at Virginia Tech, Kellogg continues to carry these lessons Coach instilled in him, both on and off the ice. The values of hard work, belief, and resilience remain at the core of who he is, a lasting tribute to the man who helped shape his journey.
I still will think about him every single time I touch the ice, and that's what a good coach impact can have on a player. It's just, whenever I face hardship, whether it's even in hockey or not hockey, I find myself just looking back at the skills he instilled in me and really using those in my everyday life, which is something that gets completely overshadowed in sports. It's the real life obstacles that it teaches you to kind of hurdle.
He never even considers failure as an option. So when he thinks about his goal so hard, he's obsessed with it. And but that kind of obsession is something that we need more often in this world, because with that obsession, you don't think of failure. So when failure's not an option, all you can do is succeed. And that's the kind of success that I see in Trevor.
I think my legacy as of right now was probably in high school, just really helping turn around a struggling program. At Virginia Tech, I'm not sure what it is yet. I still have one senior year left to go, so we're gonna see what it is, but I'd like to at least get to a national tournament or maybe a national championship. I know all the guys have that on their mind. And as for life in hockey, I'd love to go back and coach, and I'd really like to give back to the same community that taught me so many values. And ideally, I'd like to coach at St. Joe's. That is where I'd like to coach.
Although nearly 5 years have passed since Coach Eddie's death, his presence still lives on through those he inspired, especially Kellogg. Now playing at Virginia Tech, Kellogg continues to carry these lessons Coach instilled in him, both on and off the ice. The values of hard work, belief, and resilience remain at the core of who he is, a lasting tribute to the man who helped shape his journey.